So this is going to be another movie review. One's called Cosmo War of the Planets. In Italian, Anno Zero, Guerra nello Spazio. Literally, Year Zero, War in Space. It's a 1977 science fiction film directed by Alfonso Brescia, starring John Richardson. I'm giving it 5 out of 5 stars. I love this flick. I love the disc from Alpha Video. Overall, I'm giving the disc 5 out of 5 stars. On a spacecraft of crew finds explosions in space and asteroids flying by. They are afraid that they're going to be hit, but their vessel's computer named Wiz tells them that they are seeing the refraction of an event that took place millions of years ago. Overjoyed, the ship's crew embrace each other. Later in the Orion Space Complex, of Captain Mike Hamilton, who is called to report on himself slapping an officer to the base commander. He says the other officer did not give him a command personally, but told him to follow the directions of a computer. Hamilton and his ship, the MK-31, are sent to repair an automated satellite. One of the crew floats over the satellite, and he starts to work. Viewing this on the screen, Hamilton is upset because it is required that spacewalkers work in teams of 2, and he predicts that the acid in the battery will eat through the astronaut's suit. The astronaut says he is in control of the situation, but it does start to eat through his suit. Hamilton himself goes to rescue him. Later, a couple of astronauts wish to be intimate, so they recline on separate beds, with a light show machine plays between them, while Hamilton tells a female crew member that he does not like this mechanized intimacy, and he kisses her, and he prefers the old-fashioned way of kissing. Hamilton and his ship, the MK-31, are sent to repair an I already mentioned that part. Okay. The crew of the MK-31 then investigate an unstable planet where 2 flying saucers are seen orbiting it. The sensors of the ship state that these alien machines have disintegrators, and Hamilton commands that they be destroyed, but they struck first, leading the MK-31 to spin quickly. Eventually, Hamilton gets the ship's engines to counteract the spin, and the ship lands on the planet. Portal on this desert planet teleports people who walk through it underground. The first man through it and a woman who wanders away later get attacked, but the main body of explorers meet a race of aliens. Their elder says they are under the control of an evil computer. The astronauts pledge to help the inhabitants of the planet escape their enslavement and succeed in destroying the computer. The ensuing explosion takes out the planet, leading to the crew and one surviving alien set off for Earth, only to face further difficulties when a human member of the crew is possessed by the computer and goes on a killing spree. The alien eventually manages to subdue him, heroically sacrificing his own life. Yeah, they both get ejected into outer space. Scene that got ripped off in Alien, as I'll mention later. Cosmos War of the Planet grossed a total of 123,200,000 Italian lira domestically in Italy. But on Wikipedia, it says $200 box office. From a contemporary review in Italy, El Unida found the film to have drawn too much inspiration from several films of the past and that had a poor quality script. We like poor quality scripts on this channel. The dialogue is inane. Again, hard to follow, but I watched as much as I could without my eyes getting distracted, similar to the last film that I reviewed. Film historian Howard Hughes described the film as a remake of the 1965 Planet of the Vampires, another great flick. Mario Bava, Planet of the Vampires. In his Cinema Italiano, The complete guide from classics to cult, Hugh criticizes the movie in every respect for the script, special effects, costume, music, and acting. Likewise, in his TV, movies, and video guide, Leonard Maltin gives the film 2 stars, pans the special effects and acting. I wouldn't give too much credence to Leonard Maltin. He did the Warner Brothers disc, bonus features. And the movies that he likes are not that great. Okay, I Belong to Glasgow. Here's the review on IMDb. In 1977, Alfonso Brescia grabbed a video camera, some torches, some of his mates, and a Moog, and went to his garage to make a film of the future where multicultural crews battle space threats. Technically advanced robots are smart arses, and glass-wigging astronauts turn into slime-drooling monsters. All of Alfonso Brescia's space films have a terrible reputation. That's because they are terrible, low-budget affairs full of people spouting scientific bollocks, while ear-piercing noises and flashing images assault the senses. Somehow I get the feeling this reviewer is Australian. This one, however, actually manages to transcend all this to be entertaining and awful at the same time. Let's get to the plot and explain. For starters, John Richardson is a hot-headed space captain who hates the fact that everyone relies on a computer called the Whiz to do the thinking for them. In fact, he's not a fan of that simulated sex machine Melissa Longo uses either. He's rather let his balls and his brain do the thinking. So when Earth receives a signal from outer space, either his brains or his balls act quickly and attack 2 aggressive ships that fly towards his ship. This turns out to be a good idea. On this mysterious planet, the crew find an archway that teleports them somewhere else, where they are attacked by a violent, indestructible robot who has been murdering the silver-coated alien inhabitants. We find out there's this huge, arrogant computer that ended up in control of everything, likes killing things for fun, wants to take over Earth. That sounds like a job for robot-hating John. In this crazy world where people have to awkwardly wave their hands behind their heads to close doors instead of using door handles, alarms flash like 90s raves and scream insanely, and astronauts sing, "I belong to Glasgow." How does one distinguish who is human and who's been taken over by an alien computer? Strangely, this film turns into horror in the last 20 minutes, which is probably why I rate this one over Brescia's other sci-fi trash crap. Weirdly, this film uses the blast the alien out of the airlock before Alien. You're a trailblazer, Brescia. That's a review from Bazenby, October 16th, 2018. So I've got to take my son back home now. I'm already 3 minutes late. He didn't like the spaghetti that I cooked for him, but I kind of redeemed myself with caramelized mushroom and onion raviolis for dinner. So he's munching on that. I tried to cook some beef brisket in the oven. It didn't come out. So I added a couple more movies to my list, namely Hold Me While I'm Naked, 1966, and Head, 1968. I'm not going to go through my entire list again since I'm already running 4 minutes late. But I hope you enjoyed my reviews today. I got 2 of them in, which is pretty decent considering that I had Latin Mass and I took 3 naps. I didn't get to the Gay Deceivers, though. I guess I'll get to that next week. Laters.